I'm way too tired to be reacting to one of the best shark movies of all time. No, I still can't react to Jaws, but I have the second best thing. Sharknado. Sharknado was one of the most popular TV movies. It spawned so many other movies. It spawned a whole Sharknado week to go alongside Shark Week. And it caused sci-fi to make so many shark movies and so many low-budget studios to make shark movies trying to capture the magic. If for some reason you don't know what this movie's about, this movie combines shark movies with disaster movies, putting sharks in tornadoes. I like this movie so much. I actually own a DVD 3-pack. Without further ado, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Monica with some breaking news about Hurricane David. It's been pounding the west coast of Mexico, pushing its way up the coast to the state of California. It seems to be driving a very dangerous surf.
No kidding. Finn's out there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about Finn. I mean, he's the best surfer I've ever seen. Except for me, of course, in my prime.
When was that, George? The Civil War?
Hey, I'm not that old. You know, I've still got some moves, you know, babe.
Hey! What did I tell you? You can touch everything in this bar except for me.
Hey!
Oopsies. Looks like you need another drink.
Yeah, 3-1. One on the house, one that doesn't cost me any money.
These two are gonna be like allies in this movie. Like, these are two of the main characters. And what a strong start to making us not like one of them. Like, that's a pretty hard thing to, like, gloss over and keep going with your movie. But they do, and they go in on her scar on her leg in some sort of mystery of what is it? What's her dramatic backstory? When, from what it looks like, you can... it looks very obvious from a shark.
All right, Grandpa, I'm gonna show you how it's done.
Grandpa? Hey, get out of the water!
Bro, I get it. You know, you're afraid of the shark. You don't want anyone to get hurt. Why don't you get out of the water? Why isn't your friend who's on a jet ski getting out of the water? Also, why aren't you more concerned your friend just died? For the most part, this movie's going to continue on with one of your friends just died and you're not gonna care. If I remember correctly, the movie just continues going and this lady that he knows is just dead and they just forget about it. And he would continue to just sit there in the water as everyone finally gets out of the water and they panic like over dramatically for no reason when they just need to get out of the water. Like, one dude almost dies falling off the stairs. And his friend also almost dies because he still does not get out of the water despite literally being on a jet ski. Like, the main guy, Finn, has to save him. Like, I can't get over it. The guy on the jet ski needs to be saved by a guy just swimming.
It's a storm. That's what's driven them all up north. Eventually they'll go back to where they came from. I hope. They weren't knocking.
Yeah, knocking on your door, and I've never seen so many of them who are so bold.
It's just a storm. Just gotta stay out of the water for a couple days, that's all.
This is a storm? Looks like a hurricane.
I'm just happy you're okay.
Hey, what are you doing?
What, do you think you're too old for me?
No, I'm your boss.
So,
go get back to work.
Hey, I'm not too old for you.
Bro, what the fuck? What is this happening? First and foremost, it's like, it's just a storm. It looks like a hurricane. In the beginning of the movie, we heard it is a actual hurricane. The guy at the bar was there as they were talking about it on the news. Also, yeah, what is her issues? It's like, Dawn, My boss told me to get my hands off of him, as we are both at work. This character, I believe named Nova, has such a weird arc so far. In one scene, some dude's putting his hands on her, so disgusting, and now she, even to a lesser extent obviously, is now putting her hands on someone else. Can she be in a scene where, hands are kept to themselves, please?
Hello, Wexler residence.
April, it's Finn.
Yeah, Finn, I know your voice. What do you want?
I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Of course we're okay. It's barely even raining.
Well, it's flooding here.
What are you talking about? We're 100 miles from the ocean.
You're exactly 6.6 miles from the ocean. And on a day like today, it's not far enough.
I'm gonna take you and Claudia further inland.
And what about Colin? You know, you're not the only one that can keep us safe. We're not going anywhere.
Fine. Then just let me get Claudia. We'll make it my week for the month.
Is that what this is about?
No!
Look, you're gonna see her on the 20th like you always do. I gotta go, okay? Bye, Finn.
Bro is so mad that his ex-wife and child are at a house 6 miles from the water, as he is sitting on the water. His business, his bar, is right next to the water. You can see it out the window. And of course a bunch of sharks start busting through the window moments later, and they're all gonna be surprised. Okay, I get the being surprised about the sharks, but they're surprised that their business is gonna, start busting down. Water coming in as they sit in a business on the beach in a hurricane. And of course, when this is all said and done, they start grabbing weapons. They don't just hightail it out. They're just expecting more sharks are gonna bust through because they saw one. And this dude just grabs a stool. He doesn't even grab a weapon. So they're fucked no matter what.
I'm really worried about Claudia and April. I gotta check on them.
Won't come with you.
It wasn't like you, remember?
No, mate, she doesn't like you, remember? She loves me. Where do you think Claudia came from?
Who's Claudia?
His daughter.
You have an ex-wife and a daughter?
I can drop you at home if you want.
I live on the beach. It's obviously flooded. Nowhere else to go.
So we're all refugees now.
I want to go with you.
This scene leaves me very confused because all four of them, including the guy from the bar with his stool and all, feels the needs to gather in the car, band together. Even though by all technicality, I kind of get the friend of Finn. I don't get why the guy from the bar doesn't just hop in his car, or Nova. Even though her excuse is oh, I live on the beach. I have nowhere else to go. It's just so you're just gonna get in your boss's car and go to his ex-wife's house? And why are you mad about the ex-wife? Finn has shown zero interest in you, and you clearly show zero interest in him, speaking you don't know anything about him. You don't know he had a kid, a wife, anything. Also, this entire character of Nova is she has trauma from sharks, but she also lives on a beach. That feels like the last place I would live if I had any sort of trauma about sharks. But the thing that confuses me the most, and it becomes a big issue throughout this movie, is that in some scenes it's downpouring, some scenes it's not. The hurricane is off and on. For some weird reason, also big issue, where see cars flooded out to the brim at one point, and then them just driving right by. Bro, how did your car survive? The water would have hit you. It at least would have went downwards a little bit. It doesn't just shoot across and stop.
It's like Old Faithful.
We're gonna need faith to get through that.
The water's rising behind us.
What?
Just can't sit back and watch this.
What?
The sharks are swimming right at them.
They're not gonna make it.
Don't even think about it.
Not gonna make it.
Hey, where are you going? Shark's falling in the
No.
This becomes a growing issue in the movie that, for some weird reason, and I get wanting to save people, But Finn has a hero complex throughout this entire movie where he does dramatic shit like, I can't just sit back and watch. Jumps out of the car. He's just gonna walk through the water infested with sharks to save all the people. And they do. And BirdimeYT from the future here, to interrupt, he will actually do this again later in the movie. But instead he brought like gear to propel down from a bridge to save a bunch of kids on a bus. Like they're just trying to make Finn the ultimate hero. I guess I'm wrong, the stool does come in handy. My guy really redeemed himself. Was a little too handsy in the beginning, but now he saved a dog. He's turning his character around. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Dead literally moments later. I guess they were trying to like redeem him to make sure you felt bad when he died or something?
April! April!
Hey, let us in.
No, what are you doing here? And what happened to him?
Nothing, your pity saved my life.
He's not my Finn anymore. And who is she?
It's Nova. She works at the bar now. Will you let us in?
No, I told you not to come. No, just go away. Take your little stripper friend and Baz and leave.
Bro, what the fuck did you expect? She told you not to come, and then you arrive with your friends, one of them has some blood on them, and then you're all gonna be shocked when she says, no, you can't come in. You're yelling at her door. One of your friends has a gun. Of course, she almost turned you away until the shark jumped into the air.
Dad, what are you doing here?
There's a big storm coming in. It's not safe here.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Just leave.
I didn't come here to argue
don't
with you. I
care.
came here to get you.
What is all the ruckus? Oh, Shepard. Should have figured it was you. What are you doing here?
LA is drowning. I'm going inland. I'm taking my family with me.
Finley, April is mine.
Excuse me?
My girlfriend is not your responsibility. And unless it's the 20th of the month, which it currently is not, neither is Claudia.
Khan, don't be rude. He's just worried about us.
To be fair, I get it. It's not his place to say any of this, and like he's rude as fuck. But you know, you said all of this literally on the phone moments ago. Like, I get it now. You can see the concern and like the importance of everything that is like happening. And I would tell him to shut the fuck up too. But you were just moments ago telling Finn to get the fuck out and not to come in. So pretty mixed signals here.
And now there's one swimming in your pool.
Are you kidding? Sharks in the swimming pool is impossible.
I'm kind of glad Colin wasn't allowed to come for the rest of this movie. He was so unbearable. I don't know if they made him over dramatically unbearable so he can die moments later and we all are like happy. But it feels like this is a trend in the movie. They make a character do something very dramatic so you can feel some sort of emotion right before they die. Also, this whole flooding in the house won't matter because moments later they just leave, get into the car and drive off with barely any water in the road. Oh, and by the way, where are they driving to? He also has a son that they never mention in this entire movie. And of course, Nova is pissed once again that he also has a son.
No problem. So what kind of name is Nova anyway?
Oh, it's the kind of name you give yourself when you don't like the person you used to be.
Hey, Look, I see the way that you look at my dad. He's just gonna break your heart like he did to my mom and I.
I get it, you know, you two need to have this moment and you're trying to warn Nova. But, you have your brother who could be dead or alive. You guys saw sharks kill people multiple times. Maybe it's not the time to have the talk with Nova. Also, why the fuck did she have to bring the gun in the store? Like, at this point in the movie, they're also looking for a new car. They're looking for supplies. But, like, you could have left the gun somewhere or Nova just don't go into the store. Like, she's, like, walking in trying to hide the gun. Just don't bring it in.
Whoa. No. I'm looking for Matt. Is there a Matt here?
Matt? Yeah. I'm Matt. Who are you?
Guys, I found Matt. Come on, come here. He's in here.
Matt! Dad? Mom? What are you guys doing here?
We had to come inland to avoid the storm.
I came to get you.
There's sharks everywhere.
Sharks?
Is this the best shelter you got?
Look, we don't exactly have a storm cellar.
Bro, you're so mad that they don't have a storm shelter, that they're just hiding away. Oh, this is the best shelter you got? My guy has been alive this entire movie. Matt, or whatever your son's name is, he's doing just, like, fine. He has no idea what's happening with the sharks. Hey, maybe you guys should just, you know, stay here. No? That's just me? Okay, let's just carry on with the movie.
The news said there's 3 tornadoes in the area. We're not safe here.
What's the fastest way to get out of here? Could that fly?
I don't know. Let me check. It's pretty beat up. Hey, you know what? She'll fly.
We're not gonna all fit in here.
We can't fly in these storms.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna stand and fight. We can't just wait here and wait for sharks to rain down on us again. We just need to arm ourselves with something more powerful than these.
Bro, what? Just leave. What do you mean stay and fight the sharks? Fight the weather? Just leave. Go anywhere else. Just keep going. This feels so unnecessary. But of course, everyone's gonna be down. They all, you know, gear up. And they have just one after another, a bunch of emotional scenes. Like the father and daughter. Oh, you care more about Matt than me. And this and that. We hear Nova's, oh, this is where my scar came from. It was from a shark. It's just like, no fucking shit. The friend is giving up to be like the second backup, just in case their plan doesn't work. So he might die. It's so like super dramatic. And what is the plan? To throw bombs at shark-filled tornadoes? That's the master plan here, guys.
Right!
Okay, I'm not even gonna complain about the mid-air slice of a shark with a chainsaw. To this day, that was sick. I just can't believe the bomb thing actually worked. And then everyone on the ground was surprised and it's like, the shark's flying at us. This is like, yeah, your plan worked. The tornado is gone. The sharks are gonna fall to the ground. Did you think the sharks would just disappear from the sky? You wouldn't have to worry about the repercussions of that?
Second tornado!
Tornado's heading towards the airport. We need to destroy it before it gets to them.
Oh, so his friend dies without even doing the dramatic thing that he said he was gonna do, which was like the backup plan thing about like if the bombs don't work, he was gonna drive into the tornadoes with a bomb-filled car. He didn't even have to do that. Why even have that emotional scene? Because he doesn't even have to sacrifice himself. He just dies before even needing to happen. But hey, at least we got to see Finn just shoot sharks out of the air with just a pistol. That's like the most badass thing ever. Bro, calm down a little bit, you guys just met. Also, you guys are way too surprised that while flying through a Sharknado, a shark bites onto your plane, and when you lean out that plane, helicopter, whatever, that you die. And she doesn't just like die by a shark driving by and biting her. She actually just flies out and just lands in one's mouth. What the actual fuck? But of course now, with Nova gone, no more bombs. One tornado left. Instead of the friend having to make the sacrifice and dying right here, Finn has to step in. Bro, why would they even make it seem like this was a sacrifice? Like with this dramatic music, the whole speech we got earlier about the friend making a sacrifice. Now he's making a sacrifice and no one made a sacrifice. He just leaped out the car. Way too close to the Sharknado. Like, I don't know, man. I would be running right now. Like, no, don't just sit on the ground. You lit a bomb car into a tornado. If that doesn't get you, the sharks will.
Nadia, move!
Young me didn't think Finn died. Old me was just confused about why jump into the shark. Like earlier, you just cut one in half. Why didn't you just do the same thing? You also had all the time just to move. But if you guys aren't gathering what I'm trying to say, Finn's obviously alive. He just cuts through the shark with a chainsaw. Nova's also somehow in the same shark and did not get impaired by the chainsaw. And everyone's happy in the end. Finn and his wife kiss. Nova and the son actually get they start getting romantical. And the daughter ends up with no one. But this was just as fun as I thought it was gonna be. I really thought there would be more tornadoes in the Sharknado movie, like there was some at the end, but we really don't see Sharknadoes in the Sharknado movie. Which I totally, I remember this having a bunch of Sharknadoes. I don't know. It was great rewatching it, and it's great that I get this out, hopefully in time for Shark Week. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And until next time, have a good night.